Vicki Brady, thanks for joining us.
Oh, my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Firstly, what is your reaction to the federal budget?
Well, I'll have to say it's been a busy day, but the one thing I did notice, it was really pleasing to see some money set aside for regional telecommunications. So that was one thing that grabbed my attention, but I'll have to say it's probably tonight before I sit down and have a good read through everything.
Yeah. Oh, well, I wonder what you think about these cost of living relief measures. Do you think they'll help your customers?
Well, look, we're very focused, obviously, anything that helps our customers, and there's no doubt people are feeling the crunch at the moment with cost of living, particularly things like fuel prices. So it's good to see there's some relief for people right across Australia.
Now, Telstra's nearly finalising its restructure into 3 units. What are your plans?
Well, look, the restructure or the finalisation of the legal restructure is an important step. Part of T22 was about setting up our infrastructure business as a standalone business unit, and as we transition into T25, we do have a focus on making sure we maximise the optionality for our fixed infrastructure business, and so completing that legal restructure is another important step in that.
What are the challenges though? Of course, mobile connections are much more popular now than fixed line. So does that remain a key challenge?
Well, look, I think mobile, it's interesting to watch, isn't it? Over the last decade, you think how important someone's mobile service is to them today. And so we've got a big focus on continuing our network leadership and extending it further. So we're the leader in 5G technology. And so our focus is really on making sure customers have got the right choices in front of them in terms of the technology that's best going to serve their needs. And so mobile and fixed line will continue to play important parts, I think, in delivering services for customers into the future.
And you're also rolling out an NBN upgrade.
So the NBN, yes, recently announced that they will be rolling out an further upgrade of their infrastructure, which is great to see. So Telstra, as a retail service provider, those investments obviously should deliver further improvements in customer experience. And so it's good to see.
Now, one of the challenges, of course, is climate change. We saw the terrible floods. How are you preparing for the future?
Yeah, look, I mean, it has been devastating to see the impacts of the recent floods, and I would call out our teams in Telstra have been really out there going above and beyond to get our customers reconnected, because we know communications are so vital through these periods, and so massive thank you to them. And just in terms of climate change, it is such a big issue. At Telstra, we've taken a proactive and leadership stance when it comes to our climate ambitions. And so by 2025, our goal is to enable enough renewable energy generation to match the energy we consume, and we are a large energy consumer as a telecommunications company. And secondly, to halve our emissions by 2030. And so, yes, we've definitely stepped into that. No, it's an incredibly important issue and one our teams are very passionate about.
Now, of course, Telstra is very popular with retail investors. Do you think they'll ever see a 28 cents a year dividend ever again?
Well, look, we're very fortunate to have such a big investor base, and we know dividends are incredibly important to them. And so our goal is absolutely to maximise our fully franked dividend and seek to grow it over time. And that change to our capital management framework has been very well received by our shareholders.
So you think the restructure will help earnings?
Well, I think the underlying business is already returned to growth in our most recent results. And so continuing to grow and drive that underlying growth is incredibly important, as well as making sure we look at maximising the opportunities in terms of creating and unlocking value in our business, and our fixed infrastructure business is one of those examples.
Now, you are the first woman to lead a telecommunications company on the ASX 200. Congratulations, but why has it taken so long?
Well, look, thank you, and I feel incredibly proud to be the first female leader of Telstra. And look, I'm pleased. I mean, we are seeing change. There is more change needed. Telstra, again, takes diversity very seriously. And I think, again, just having a role model out there, and I'm excited to be able to do that. And hopefully that inspires certainly my daughters and other girls and women to really be resilient and chase their dreams.
Do you think we need quotas? There's still only a handful of women on the ASX 200 in top roles.
Yeah, look, I mean, quotas are one way to approach it. I think what's most important is setting aspirations and delivering them. And I do think as we see more women enter senior roles, you've got different people around the table making those choices and decisions, and that's incredibly important to drive forward the balance on gender. And as I said, we've made some inroads, but there's still a long way to go here in Australia.
So you wouldn't support legislated quotas?
Well, look, I'm really focused on what we can do inside Telstra. I know there are varying views on legislating quotas. We certainly set ourselves targets and we are held to account right across the organisation to deliver on those. And I think it'd be great to see more organisations do that.
Vicki Brady, thanks for your time.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.